Hi, Bev Code. Today we're going to do paper piercing. I'm going to start with the dove, and this is supplied by Scrapbooks Etc. They have many beautiful designs with patterns available for you free. The other suggestion was to check out kids' coloring books for some of those great images. I have a few tips for you today. If you have a Fisker swivel knife, that's absolutely the best I have found. And all you do is firmly cut around the edge of the piece and pop it out. I would call one a positive and one a negative, so you either have the cutout piece or you have the piece in the actual full page. For those of us that are slightly challenged with cutting small pieces, I would suggest that taking a small scissors and poking a hole, or starting with any kind of a punch. Once you have the hole, then slice into it, making it easier to get your scissors in. Once you've done that, then it's very easy to finish cutting around on the lines. If you do it this way, you don't have the piece for tracing. You would be using the frame here, would be our pattern piece, which I think is great because everything's all in one. So after you chose which way to do your piecing, you would either then be taking this frame and tracing, and then cutting, or if you like the other method where you did the tracing with the cutout piece, you would just do the tracing and then cutting out from there. So whichever way you decide is fine. Now, putting them together, you follow the picture. And one little tip I have is sometimes it's just as easy to use tape. So on the back wing piece, I happen to know that just sticking a piece of tape behind and applying it behind the body like so is perfect. We're going to take the big upper wing, which goes in the front, so you're going to put your dab of glue on the back side. It gets positioned in front, angled slightly back towards the tail. We then have the smaller wing piece, which goes behind, so then your bit of glue on the bottom portion will go there, and you just lightly place it behind so you have the two wings shaping. The front face piece, you can totally glue it from top to bottom because it's going to be going in front of the main piece, the main body piece. So line it up in front, along the edge, and you can wiggle it till it fits. There we go. Now I have a bobble eye. And if you don't, I would suggest just cutting a paper eye. And we're going to put that on. Now the beak is very tiny, and I found it was just as easy to take a piece of the Scotch tape again. Do it from the back side and just at the very edge, because the majority of the beak is going to show. So line it up on the face and
firmly push the tape down. Now, according to the pattern, it showed a very cute little heart, so I just happen to have a brad, so I'm going to punch a hole and apply my brad. So there we have our really cute dove. If you want to accent it slightly, you can either use pen and do some outlining. If you want to, I often use my Copic markers instead of inking pens. If you want to just do the edges of things, I found my markers do a great job. And if you don't have them, pencil crayons or your regular inks, whatever you decide. I have one that I was playing with, and I was adding some of the Copics into the wings. And here's one that I did absolutely nothing to. They still look adorable. Now, in working with paper piercings, I wanted to share with you the idea today that taking a sketch, this one is Lucy Chesna design, November layout sketch, they are great accents for a layout. So using this sketch, using Lucy's design and her sketch on this great layout, I applied my cute dove, and then also I used the other one, the watering pot, with the gorgeous flowers. Paper piercing would be fabulous on layouts and or cards, and using up those scraps, it just means a little more work in the tracing and cutting, but they're a fabulous accent. Hope you enjoyed this today, and hope to see you again soon.